This dream is too big to die in silence, too heavy to be buried beneath fear, too powerful to be ignored by doubt. And if you hear my voice today, I want you to know your dream is not small, your vision is not weak, and your purpose is not accidental. For too long they told you to stay quiet. For too long they told you to fit in. For too long they made you believe that what burns inside you was just a passing thought, just a wild hope, just an impossible fantasy. But let me tell you, if the dream inside you won't leave you, it is not fantasy, it is destiny, and you know it. Deep inside, you know this dream keeps knocking at your heart because it was never meant to be silenced. It was meant to speak. It was meant to rise. It was meant to change everything. But here's the question. Will you carry it with courage? Or will you let fear carry it to the grave? There are people waiting for your voice. There are souls waiting for your breakthrough. There are generations yet unborn who will stand taller because you refuse to stay quiet today. And if you don't rise, who will rise? If you don't fight, who will fight? If you don't speak, who will speak? This dream of yours, it's not just about you. It's about the lives it will touch, the chains it will break, the light it will bring into a world drowning in shadows. That is why the resistance is so strong. That is why the obstacles keep coming. Because the enemy does not fight what is weak. It only fights what is strong. And your dream is strong. Every time you've been pushed down, every time you've been underestimated, every time you've been told you are not enough, it was proof that your dream is dangerous to the darkness, proof that your vision threatens the comfortable lies of this world, proof that if you ever step fully into who you are, nothing will stay the same. So I ask you tonight, how much longer will you hide your fire? How much longer will you shrink to make others feel safe? How much longer will you silence the very thing that was sent to set you free? You cannot bury this. You cannot abandon this. You cannot let the noise of doubters drown the voice of destiny, because this dream is too big to die in silence. Some of you are carrying visions that scare you. Some of you are carrying ideas so bold they make you question your own sanity. Some of you are carrying a calling that feels too heavy for your shoulders. And yet, the fact that it landed on you means you are the one chosen to carry it. Yes, you may stumble. Yes, you may be afraid. Yes, you may lose sleep, friends, even comfort. But you cannot lose this dream, because it is the only thing that makes your life unshakable. And when the world laughs, when the world doubts, when the world says, "Oh, impossible," that is the moment to stand taller, to speak louder, to push harder, because history has never remembered the quiet ones who hid their gifts. History remembered the bold ones who declared, even in trembling voices, "I will not let this dream die." I say to you, the time is now, not tomorrow, not someday, now. The world does not need another whisper of potential. It needs the roar of your purpose. Lift your head. Straighten your back. Let your dream breathe. And when you walk out of here, walk like someone who refuses to be buried alive. Because your destiny is too great, your vision is too vast, and your dream, yes, your dream, is too big to die in silence. Now is the time, not someday. For too long, we've told ourselves that tomorrow will be the day. Tomorrow we'll take the risk. Tomorrow we'll make the call. Tomorrow we'll step into the person we were meant to be. But hear me now, tomorrow is not promised. And someday is not a date on any calendar. The dream in your heart does not belong to the future. It belongs to today. The purpose that burns in your spirit cannot wait for conditions to be perfect, for people to approve, or for the timing to feel safe. If you keep waiting for someday, you will watch your life pass while the fire inside you burns out. Think about it. How many chances have already slipped through your hands because you told yourself, not now, maybe later? How many doors closed before you ever knocked? How many opportunities died? You were waiting for courage instead of moving with faith. Now is the time to break the chains of hesitation. Now is the time to stop asking for permission to be who you already are. Now is the time to stop letting fear speak louder than destiny. The truth is, you will never feel completely ready. You will never have the perfect plan, the perfect path, or the perfect conditions. And that is why courage was created. Not to erase fear, but to move in spite of it. If you wait for courage to arrive, you will wait forever. But if you move now, courage will meet you on the road. History has never been shaped by those who delayed. The world does not change because of people later. The world is moved by those who said no. The leaders, the visionaries, the fighters who refused to wait even when the world told them to stay in line, are the ones who left their mark. You are not meant to be ordinary. You are not meant to drift through life with your potential unspoken, your dream untrade, your gift unused. You were meant to rise. You were meant to create. You were meant to shake the ground beneath your feet, and that will never happen if you keep pushing your calling into a distant tomorrow. So I ask you, what are you waiting for? Approval. You won't need it when success speaks for itself. Resources, they will come when you begin the journey. Clarity, it arrives only after you take the first step. The clock is ticking. The world is turning. Time is moving whether you move with it or not. And every day you wait, your dream loses oxygen. But every day you rise, it breathes. This is your moment. This is your season. This is your chance to silence doubt, to silence fear, to silence the voice that whispers. Later, because later is a lie. Now is the time. Not tomorrow, not someday, now. And if you believe that, then rise and let your dream live. This dream is too big to bury alive. You can try to push it down. You can try to silence it. You can even pretend it doesn't exist. But no matter how deep you dig, no matter how heavy the soil of fear and doubt you pile on top of it, this dream will not die. It keeps calling you in the quiet hours of the night. It keeps pulling at you in the middle of your workday. It whispers when you try to ignore it, and it roars when you try to forget it. Why? Because this dream is not just an idea. It's the blueprint of your destiny. And I know life has tried to convince you to bury it. You've faced rejection, disappointment, delay. You've heard the voices of others telling you it's unrealistic, it's foolish, it's impossible. And sometimes those voices were so loud you almost believed them. Almost. But here's the truth. If it were small enough to bury, you wouldn't still feel it burning inside you. If it were ordinary enough to forget, you wouldn't still wake up thinking about it years later. If it were weak enough to die, it would have already been gone. But it's still here, and it's still alive. Dream is too big to bury because it was never meant to stay hidden. It was meant to be lived, to be spoken, to be unleashed into the world. And when you finally give it air, when you finally give it space, it won't just change your life. It will change lives you've never even met. But here is the danger. If you keep trying to bury it, you will bury yourself with it. Because a person who silences their purpose is never truly alive. You can live with money, with titles, with comfort, but without your dream, you will always feel hollow. So you must choose. Will you be the one who lets fear bury the very thing that could set you free? Or will you be the one who digs it back up, dusts it off, and declares, this dream will not die on my watch? Your future depends on that choice. Your family depends on that choice. Generations not yet born depend on that choice. Because this dream is bigger than you, it is tied to the people it was meant to inspire, to heal, to lift. So rise up. Stop digging graves for visions that refuse to die. Stop convincing yourself that silence is safer than struggle. Stop pretending you can smother something that was born to breathe fire. Because this dream is not fragile. This dream is not weak. This dream is not temporary. This dream is too big to bury alive. And so are you.